Alright, so we are back. Sorry about that, guys. It was so loud, I thought someone actually got hurt, so I had to run outside and check what was going on, but everything is okay. My car was not broken into again, so I definitely had to check that one out. So continuing this game, what an awesome game it has been so far. 2-2 upgrades are now done for Taeja, and Seed is currently at 1 attack, 3 armor, the +2 attack, just finishing that very second, though. And he does have a lot of Zealots, a lot of Colossus, but all of a sudden he has an army that is very, very susceptible to Mass Viking. And we're going to be seeing quite a few of those out of Taeja. He even has the +1 attack done. The nuke is done as well. Oh, there goes the lightning again. But I am very confident that I am not going to lose power, although LA loses power quite a bit, a lot more than you would think, considering how big of a city it is. I don't know if you guys can hear the lightning, but probably not. It kind of makes this game even more epic. I'm expecting in-game for it to start raining and lightning going down. Of course, that's not going to happen, but these ghosts are completely full on energy now, and that does mean a lot of EMPs on this army and potentially a lot of feedbacks going down on the ghosts. But considering EMP is splash damage and feedback is only single target at a time, I think it's going to be benefiting here. The Terran player nuke is going to be going down at the expansion. I don't know if Seed sees this. Yes, he does. He cancels those right there. He knows exactly what's going to happen. This poor ghost is not going to get that nuke off. Although, what are these ghosts doing? Oh, that was a missed opportunity right there to kill off a lot of ghosts. But here we go. This is going to be a huge battle. Both these players wanting to win this battle very badly. The ghosts getting sliced down, though. A lot of storms on the Vikings, and a lot of storms really on this entire army. That battle is going to be favoring Taeja, though. Overall, units lost here by our Protoss is almost unrecoverable. He is currently down in expansion if he loses this one right now, but currently tied in that regard. The income is favoring our Terran player. That's mostly because of those mules. Looking at the units, it is 68 SCVs to 59 probes. Is going to be losing a couple more probes here as well, it looks like, to these ghosts. Taeja needs to be careful, though, not to lose this ball of units, because this is his advantage right now. If he does end up losing this, which he very well may, then that could even up the units lost tab just a little bit. The one High Templar here wanting to storm so badly. He has enough energy for 2 storms. Is he going to throw one down? Yes, he does, eating up a couple of those units and forcing that out of there. But still about 5,000 to 6,000 resources more lost for our Protoss. Plus he has this big ball of probes right there, which are going to have to transfer over to that location immediately. Because at this point, Taeja just landed yet another base. He's dropping those mules like they're hot, dropping them like a sultan down there in the top left side. That was totally a Professor Brothers reference. And it does look like 4 High Templar manages to get his storm off. Oh, but 2 High Templar, 3, almost 3, does force the Archon merging right there. You guys like that puberty voice crack? Those are always a lot of fun. And look at this, some old school mass command center. This is really something that Terran players do when they just have so many minerals they don't know what to do with them. Plus, you can start sacrificing SCVs. You can just use mules for your income, which frees up a lot of supply for your army. I'm surprised to see him repair these Vikings, to be quite honest, because he has such good macro right now that he doesn't really need to keep just 2 Vikings alive. But, you know, every unit does matter, and in a long-winded game like this one, it's already been 27 minutes. Can you believe it? Then, you know, having every single unit can matter in the long run. The Colossus with 3 attack, 3 armor, going to be doing a crazy amount of damage. But with the ship weapons level 3 on the way, they're also going to be taking a crazy amount of damage. And the storms really need to be thrown down on the Vikings. And really, I guess if he's going to continue throwing down storms, he needs to just blanket the entire army. That's going to be the only way he has any chance. But so far, we've seen beautiful storm dodging by Taeja, and I would not expect to see anything less moving forward. He is going to be setting up some forward missile turrets. Oh, that poor observer didn't stand a chance. Actually, he did. He could have moved, but forward missile turrets. This also helps versus Colossus. Keep in mind that missile turrets can shoot Colossus. And here comes another major battle. Is the angle going to be good for our Protoss player? Nope. Keep in mind, high-sec auto-tracking is on the way. There is the Fusion Core, which is a little bit cooler than the Fleet Bacon, because we almost never see Fleet Bacons or Fusion Cores. I think we see Fusion Cores even less, because simply put, all it does is allow you to make battlecruisers. We do have the weapon refit, which is going to be for the battlecruisers, which means we should be seeing some starports going down. And guess what? We do. Tech labs are on the way. I cannot believe he's going for battlecruisers versus a massive amount of High Templar. They can simply feed back the battlecruiser, take away about half their HP, and also their ability to use Yamada Cannon. But If he can actually get that off, he will be using it on these Colossus. So a good old tech switch into battlecruisers, not something you would ever expect to see. And that one Marine right there intercepting a probe transfer. He's the hero, but how long can he actually survive for? Not much longer, I'm afraid, as the Zealot is now on his trail. And goodbye, Marine. Taeja just watched him die. He selected him, but then said, "You are on your own." He is like Minx, man, leaving Kerrigan down there all by her lonesome. And this army starting to look scary, but it is just a couple of storms away from being evened out. Still about 6,000 resources setting these players apart. The expansion timing for Seed, not too bad, as both these players do have a lot of money. So Seed needs to throw down even more gateways, I would say, because he has a lot of money to warp in reinforcements, but he's got to need a little bit more gateways, I think. If he loses a battle one-sidedly, he's not going to be able to recover in time, but we'll see. He is banking on a lot of money, but so is our Terran player Taeja, as he is dropping mules like crazy. There goes, I believe that's 5 or 6 mules dying. The starports are on the way, and oh, what's going down? A feedback right there, killing off one of the ghosts, and one Marine over here. Taeja having fun sending out individual Marines to scout the timing of those expos, but we are going to have to see a pretty big battle here fairly soon. I am surprised to see no shield upgrades out of the Protoss army. That's mostly simply because of EMP, but if you have this much money, you might as well get as many upgrades as you possibly can. Not every single Zealot is going to get EMP'd, unless Taeja is just like crazy on it, which wouldn't surprise me. And he doesn't have a nuke anymore, but he does have battlecruisers on the way. Up goes that ghost. I believe there is an observer here to spot it, but not before sniping one of the High Templar there. And the EMP has hit the army. Is he going to bite here? Is he actually going to chase this down? I don't really think overextending himself for one ghost is ideal. That could have gone a lot worse for him. But thankfully he did back out in time, is going to go ahead and begin regenerating those very important shields. 63 probes to 67 SCVs. 2 more nukes are on the way. Ooh, this is starting to get a little bit fun, as we're going to be seeing nukes versus battlecruisers, more robotics facilities going down, more gateways going down. This is about as macro heavy of a game as you can get, so if you like late game PvT, this is going to be a game that you should definitely watch, which you already are, but this is going to be awesome. So many ghosts versus the High Templar versus the Colossus and Mass Zealot with the EMPs. I am just honestly waiting for the big battle to happen. I'm sitting back, I'm eating my non-existent popcorn, and I am ready. And admission is free. Who goes to movies these days anymore when they cost like $20 per ticket when you can just watch StarCraft 2? I will admit I did see The Hunger Games though, and I wasn't that impressed. I honestly felt like The Hunger Games was one of those movies where they advertise it so well, you leave thinking you saw a much better movie than you actually did, just because the advertising is so epic, so everyone assumes that it's really good. But I don't know. I wasn't that impressed. I've heard the books are way better. But anyways, we do have 4 potential planetaries getting set up here in the center of the map, and Seed is playing so passive here. He is running up here with some Zealots, only to find a planetary, so that's not going to get taken out, I do believe. He can easily repair that if he needs to. And those Zealots are also getting... Oh, there we go. There are some Zealots doing some damage up here. But honestly, I think this is just freeing up supply for our Terran player to make more battlecruisers. We do have the Neil Steel frame on the way for these planetaries, making them have additional armor, making them much more resilient. And we are seeing like all the upgrades you never see out of Terran coming out of Taeja this game, even working on more upgrades for his ships. And hasn't really used any siege tanks or anything like that, but he is going to have a lot of battlecruisers. You can see, I think one feedback was already used on that battlecruiser, or maybe he did use that Yamata cannon. And still a very passive game out of both players, as I feel like C doesn't know what to do. He's trying to figure out his options. I think getting a mothership is a must. I think getting some carriers would be okay. Just got to watch out for those Vikings, of course. But I definitely think a mothership is a no-brainer at this point. He absolutely needs one. Did get the shield upgrade, is working on Blink as well. Down goes the 4 planetaries. How often do you see 4 planetaries in production at once? Not very often. This is a lot of SCVs out here. These Zealots are still going to town and are going to kill us off before the oh, no, he is going to let that battlecruiser finish right there. And here we go. Big battle. Positioning pretty good for Protoss. Getting really nice coverage on those Colossus, but unfortunately for him, that does mean a huge concave, and Storm's going down, doing quite a bit of damage, but the supplies favoring Taeja right now, and that battlecruiser up to 2 kills. He does have +3 attack, which is just amazing. Usually you do not see battlecruisers, let alone +3 battlecruisers. Oh, the positioning right there not going to be the best. The Vikings are going to have to lift off and get out of there. Goodbye, Battlecruiser. Going to blink down there, get a couple of kills, but he is going to chase down the Vikings first. A beautiful play here because he already knows the Battlecruiser is dead. He could have even blinked down there to chase those even further. But I like the positioning of this factory right there, spotting the right side, and really has good map vision almost everywhere. And you got to remember that the range on these planetaries is even better. A range of 7. Keeping in mind that Colossus have a range of 9, so they can outrange them, but that is it. That's going to be the only unit he can use on the ground to outrange it. He decides to go ahead and try and break this. I'm not sure why he's not just using Colossus here, because these planetaries are going to get kills. 3 kills on that one, a single kill here as well, but breaking in even more. And he is going to be able to even up the units lost tab here with this. But is this really resources lost? Because I feel like these are... Oh, he is going to drop mules right there, but is going to lose one more planetary and a nice storm. Seed doing everything he can to get back in this game. Look at the resources lost, almost identical there. So in these battles, they have begun favoring him. He is working on the +2 shields. Does need to be careful on the amount of stalkers he warps in, because Marauders are still pretty good, but he sees all these battlecruisers and it's like, okay, well, Mass Stalker completely crushes that. Really, everything Protoss has crushes battlecruisers. That's almost why you never see them. But I guess Taeja's feeling okay being on so many bases, but he has to be careful because, I mean, while he has a lot of resources now, he's not mining on as many bases as you think. Look, not mining, not mining. There, no minerals there, and there's almost mined out. So, I mean, you know, you see all these bases and you're like, okay, he can afford to do this. But you got to be careful. Now, going down nukes might be a good way to kind of even this back out. We do see more command centers on the way, but the feedback's going down. You can see right there, immediate damage being dealt to these battlecruisers for virtually free. You got to remember that feedback costs almost no energy, only 50 energy for a single feedback. And considering High Templars have 200 energy, then really one High Templar can feed back the majority of the battlecruisers. But right now, I would say that if Seed would get a mothership, he would be able to take this quite easily. But since he doesn't have one, he can't vortex the ball. He can't really deal with the battlecruisers immediately. What I mean by that is he has to rely on stalkers, but the stalkers can be taken out by the Marauders. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch! Nice feedbacks there, but this High Templar is kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere with no legs. I mean, High Templar are so lazy they don't even walk. They hover everywhere. And, oh, what do we got going on down here? This could be a potential nuke. No, he decides to back out. That would be a nice nuke for him to secure, though. Is going to go ahead and stim and run a couple units down there. The APM's still ridiculous for these players. And this expansion not going to get spotted, but if he could tell what was on the way, then he would be... Oh, no! Oh, that probe almost gets it off, but not quite there. And we do see here a big battle positioning. May not be the best. Those storms pretty darn good. I don't know if he has enough stuff here. The DTs, though, I don't think there is any detection here other than scans. And so if he can get these DTs into a good spot to do some damage, he might be able to take them out. But Taeja, too good for that, is not going to fall for the good old DT trick. Scans it and spots it right away. Massive losses there for Seed. Units lost, you can see once again, starting to favor our Red Terran. And we are at 40 minutes into a game now. I did not realize this game was going on for so long, but the amount of battlecruisers on the field, how many exactly do we have? We have 9 battlecruisers, 13 ghosts, and only 19 marauders, 20 marines, which is still a lot, but this late in the game, you would expect to see more, but you can't make that many when you are making pure battle bruiser or cattle bruiser. We do have 48 SCVs, 260, a couple units going to get taken out there quite easily. And what's the income looking like? I guess we just kind of have to wait here as they size each other up. About 2,800 per minute because of those mules to the 1,600 per minute of our Protoss player. +3 shields is going to be on the way as well. Leaving a couple units down here, and it does look like, where's that nuke at? Where's that? Right there. A defensive nuke going to be protecting this location. I think that Seed realizes there is not a chance in hell I'm saving that expansion. All those probes are going to die, and the expansion going to go down as well. Down goes the nuke. I think the Ghost took a little bit of damage there, so that nuke doing more damage to Taeja than it does to Seed. Really not sure why he's killing these planetaries, because at this point they're kind of pointless to kill off. He is going to go ahead and go for it. Some of his zealots overextending. Does need to reinforce this with everything he possibly can, and boom, 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 throws him down. If you're wondering if that's a waste or not, no, it's not. You got to watch out for those feedbacks, of course, so just throwing them down anytime you can. Sometimes you'll see EMPing of your own battlecruisers to keep that energy low, but he really wants to get those off on the Colossus, because the Colossus are still an imminent threat. With the +3 attack, the +3 shields almost done, they are going to be able to do a lot of damage. GTs up here how many kills? 1 and 4 apiece. They're going to attempt to get up here, and they do manage to, but with the scan down there, the planetary should be able to clean that one out. Late games like this is something you have to do quite a bit. Try and poke around with a couple of units. Try and be cost effective, because the battles could go either way. I mean, you don't know if it's going to go in your favor or not. And it does look like Taeja wants to engage at this planetary. He may be able to as well, as I feel like Seed is overextending himself, and this is not going to be good. He wants to kill off the Ghost, though. Gets a lot of damage being dealt out on the Ghost. Almost every single Ghost going to fall, and that is a lot less EMPs. He's trying to escape here, but can he get away? I don't think he can. Taeja is forcing the engagement, and can he do it? Surprised to see him sacrifice the Colossus to save the Stalkers. But units lost here, that evened it up a little bit. Killing off those Ghosts was huge. That really set Taeja back in this game, because he needs that energy for those EMPs. He needs the cloaks for not only throwing down the nukes, but also sniping the High Templar. And losing that many is no good for him. But at this expansion right now, there's not a whole lot left. DT right here going to kill off yet another Ghost. I love mixing in a couple of DTs here and there. We do see one battlecruiser going down. But, I mean, trading a Ghost for a DT is about even for both these players. But I think that if Seed is smart, he's going to try to engage right here. When they are forced backed into a corner, there's no reinforcements on the way. The supplies are actually favoring Seed. This is his moment right now to make this happen. Feedback on the battlecruisers. Can he do it? Boo! Not the best feedbacks. He's going to try and deal with these battlecruisers, but that did not go his way. And all of a sudden, Taeja is going to be making a push out. Seed did not utilize that positioning that he had, and now is forced to retreat. How many battlecruisers are we up to now? We are currently sitting at 7, but with 1 more in production. And I don't even know, guys. We've had almost over 100,000 resources lost in this game. Or almost, I guess. It's not quite there yet, but it is pretty darn close. Major battle in the center. This is going to be it. I think this is the battle. The supply is plummeting quickly for Taeja. He's trying to hold on, but battlecruisers just do not do the DPS that you would want in a battle like this. And for the first time in the game, Taeja caught completely out of position. He is going to kill off these Colossus, though, and that means the supplies are now virtually identical. Units lost is almost identical as well. Now over 100,000 resources lost. Taeja cannot be feeling good about that. Center map control now going to our Protoss. But Seed, if he moves out, he can kill off these 3 Marauders. He can kill that medevac, although it does look like the medevac will make it home safely. Don't know if it's worth pulling this entire army back here for this, but he is going to anyways. He wants to kill off as many units as he can. He knows his opponent is nowhere near maxed, so killing that army directly affects the size of his entire army, because he can't reinforce it quite quickly enough, because both players not near maxed out. But these situations do favor Protoss, where, you know, the supplies are pretty close, but the armies have been completely annihilated in the late game, because Protoss can just warp in a ton of units. Terran tend to struggle at this stage, and we do have 4 battlecruisers on the way. He just wants to stick with these BCs, but Destiny might say, if he played Terran, that anytime he wants to lose a game when he's way ahead, he will just build battlecruisers. Ow! A move command right there allows the Zealots to get a ridiculous concave. The battlecruisers are going to go down as well, and more battlecruisers are spawning here. But battlecruisers just do not do that much damage. They literally are shooting macaroni noodles at that army. It just does not do anything. And maybe a little overzealous with his battlecruiser. Needs to watch out for the feedbacks. But no, the EMP is pretty darn good. He is going to force the retreat here. And now it's going to be favoring Taeja at this moment in the game. He's stimming, running forward. You got to remember, like, this Archon right here only has 10 health. No shields remaining. That Archon's going to die immediately. Nice focus firing here. Seed, thinking he's further ahead than he is, decides to engage right there, but now is forced to retreat. He's actually long-distance mining, even delayed by these destructible rocks. He hasn't had a chance to break those ones down. And you got to remember that Taeja has managed to secure this top left side completely, while our Protoss player Seed has not been able to. Those probes, you do not want to be right there, I promise. Oh, that is a lot of dead probes. It did allow him to kill off the battlecruisers, though, which means he can push up the ramp. Can he turn this one around? Taking a look at the units lost tab here, it is plummeting for Taeja. And 114 supply to 123. What is up with this game? Losing both those battlecruisers, though, that's going to really suck. But the Nexus goes down. And so Taeja able to buy himself some valuable time. Look at the income tab, though, virtually non-existent for both of these players. And now Taeja is like the only person with a mining base. This base right here is almost mined out. These probes will begin long-distance mining. No, this base is secured up here, so we can go ahead and start mining right there. This game is ridiculous. This is like the most evenly matched game I think I've ever seen. Although Seed now in great position. He could kill off this expansion as well. Ooh, going up there right there could be the game winner if he's able to kill that one off. But for now, this is protected by these destructible rocks. A Colossus could step up there, but he decides to go for the killing blow. The nail in the coffin, the straw that broke the camel's back, or the bullet that killed, that won the war. I don't know how, whatever saying there is. There's got to be different ones than that, though. And he decides to go for this location, which honestly is pointless. There is no mining taking place right here, and so he's literally just going to be sacrificing some zealots there. He does get it down in the red, and I mean, units lost tab, it's always nice to make that further apart. But I don't know if that was indeed worth it. That last zealot trying to take on the planetary almost manages to get it. But there's really no reason to kill us off because there's no mining. It's completely mined out 100%. And trying to move up here as well. I just don't agree attacking into these planetaries. But we are going to see if this works out for Seed. He killed off yet another planetary, but his army has been significantly reduced by it. There's EMPs. Snipes going down, killing off the High Templar, and I think Seed may have completely messed this one up. His army is completely scatterbrained right now. It is everywhere it does not want to be, as it is not progressive auto insurance, man. But I hope he does have these Colossus insured, because he is going to have a hard time keeping them alive. But this expansion has been locked down, and that is very vital for the success of Seed. Liquid Taeja only able to hang on to one mining base right now. This one does have all of his mineral patches still, but they are dwindling. Only 70 to a couple hundred resources left on each of those. Goodbye, Stalkers. Able to save those just a little bit, as these units would have to get inside of a medevac to work their way up there. What's the income tab looking like? 900 to 800, which does mean that, you know, it's not good for either player, really. But losing this Nexus is completely not good. The concave, absolutely perfect by Taeja. Our Protoss player needs to back out, but no, he does have enough power to push this one back. For now, is it enough to seal the deal? Look at the supplies. They're still dangerously close. Going to kill off yet another Colossus. May kill off this Colossus as well, which would be huge. Oh, these battles are so ridiculous. 88 supply to 78. And the medevac retreating there. My goodness, this is ridiculous. He did get the Nexus, though. However, this Nexus right now just getting up and running down there. The long-distance mining does mean these probes will have a shorter travel distance than what we've seen in the past. But I don't think he has enough money here to stay in this game, but he does have DTs. And DTs versus no detection means a lot of dead units, but the scan goes down. He's trying to focus him down. The micro on the DTs, not the best, but one of the DTs able to take out one of those few remaining Mirages. This game is ridiculous. Are you guys kidding me? It is 71 supply to 77. I almost feel like this is going to be a tie. Looking at the units tab, the army size is going to be favoring Terran because he just has less workers, but the income going to be favoring Protoss. But he loses the expansion, not able to set that one up quite yet. And I think Taeja is going to win right now. Maybe, potentially, because our Protoss player has nothing left. He's only got 8 Zealots, 1 DT, and 3 Stalkers. And that means he cannot make any more High Templar, because look, he's not even mining gas. He really can't afford to build the geysers until just now. And so that means that Taeja, Marine Marauder, cost efficiency, baby. And I think this is going to force the GG, spinning every mineral he has on these last few remaining units. But look at the units lost tab here. Way more lost for the Terran, but he was also able to mine way more because of those mules. And that means he is going to win. What an outstanding game. One of the best PvTs I think I have ever seen. As well, it's not over quite yet. Zealots with full upgrades versus no ghosts means that they will survive for quite a while. And he could be intercepting these reinforcements, but the supply is starting to heavily swing into Taeja's favor, as he has a little bit of money to burn because he's also mining while our Protoss player is not. There's the GG, and very manner, Taeja throws out the GG as well as quickly as he possibly can. But wow, talk about a crazy game. 55 minutes of non-stop action. There was really no point in this game that was completely stagnant, as both players trying to make this game happen and trying to make it go into their favor. So a round of applause for Taeja as well as for Seed, man. Equally matched. And Seed showing us why he is a Code A finalist, which is no small task at all. So again, sorry for stopping the video a little bit less than halfway through. I just had to make sure everyone in my house was okay. But what an outstanding, outstanding game. You can find more replays at teamliquidpro.com. So thank you guys so much for watching. These are the type of games I've been wanting to cast lately, and also a special public service announcement to all the other teams out there. Please release replays. Even if it's games that are completely standard, but they are high level, please release them. I'm trying to help you guys make your players more popular, at least as much as I possibly can. And so far, Team Liquid has responded very well. Team Complexity responded very well. But a lot of the other teams, man, I don't know. I want to cast your replays. So get in touch with me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.